It's Friday the 20th, early in the morning, 10 o'clock. Um, as I've shared in my uploads, this is a documentary style of sharing how I'm being victimised and how I'm experiencing hate crime and human rights violations. As is evident, the medical ailments that I have been experiencing have not improved, only slightly, but the medical negligence is the most serious issue. Um, Besides the issue of medical negligence, as I've stated, as being a victim of a crime in society, um, authorities and politicians are not acknowledging the fact that my well-being and my livelihood have been endangered by culprits that have been making false claims that have threatened the safety of others as well as myself, and this matter hasn't been confronted. Um, so today I have an appointment, and as with these kind of circumstances, it's a concern always, you know, without having any supports that I'm entitled to as a victim, to be in any appointment where anyone could claim what they want. As has happened in previous appointments that I've attended, there have been professionals that have made false claims and reported inaccurately about events regarding appointments that I've attended. Um, as a victim of hate crime and as a victim of constitutional wrongdoings, um, it's very serious for an individual that has reported and complained incidents of wrongdoings to be in situations such as I've described, unsupported. Um, the wrongdoings that have occurred have been based on very serious false information. In fact, the entire situation that I'm experiencing has been exacerbated since it commenced. The lies and falsehoods have worsened, and the damage caused to my physical health as a consequence of the medical negligence hasn't, helped matters either. So basically, this morning, before I attend my next appointment, I'm just sharing about how in previous incidents, how professionals have quite easily just claimed what they wanted based on false information and false reports. Um, the consequence of this is how it negatively affects my position. It's bad enough that my legal rights and entitlements have been disrespected and that they've intentionally withheld my legal rights from me. They've also withheld legal guidance that I'm entitled to be informed of. So this is a horrendous situation, as I keep reiterating. But these are the circumstances that have been caused for me in Tralee County, Kerry, Ireland. As I've said, the initial wrongdoing that occurred that has led to all of the subsequent wrongdoings that I've experienced um, have just worsened over the period of this vendetta of wrongdoings and hate crime. So yesterday, after an horrendous sleepless night with aches and pains and whatnot, I shared about how, as a victim of hate crime in society, how victim support groups are obligated to provide the advocacy, support services and resources that victims of crime are entitled to. Um, in Tralee, I've been slandered. I've experienced financial abuse, medical negligence, 29 human rights violations, Um, the tactics, as I've already stipulated in previous uploads, has been by means of isolation and withholding information. The information that I have been rightfully entitled to has been intentionally withheld from me. Legally, with regard to my marital status and with regard to my role as a mother and with regard to my career, reputation, and my character, that has all been defamed based on false reports and claims by individuals that have been shifting the goalposts since they first commenced their assault of my human rights. There's been many very different versions of their truths and stories, very little of them honest, and unfortunately, their falsehoods seem to be facilitated and prioritised above the stance, position, and honesty of a victim of hate crime and human rights violations. So basically, the legalities of this entire situation, as a victim, unsupported and isolated and being wronged and whatnot, is very serious, and it has gone beyond a local level due to the nature of human rights violations, and especially due to the inaccuracy of the reports and falsehoods that this entire farce, is all I can describe it as, has been based on. The defamation and the reports that have been claimed during appointments that I have attended have also caused harm to this woman experiencing hate crime and human rights violations. So this morning, before I attend my next appointment on the 20th, I am obligated as a victim, without supports or services, advocacy or legal supports, etc., to basically share how serious this situation is in a community that isn't prepared or hasn't been prepared to right its wrongs or confront the wrongdoings that it's caused against me unjustifiably. With all the scrutiny and criticisms, and all the falsehoods, I hope other individuals that are experiencing what I am experiencing are able to empathise and understand what it's like when a group of people collectively set about violating an innocent woman's human rights and constitutional rights. As I've said, the medical negligence is the most serious aspect. It might seem like I'm repeating myself, but from a day-to-day basis, these are the issues I'm confronted with. So as a woman being victimized and slandered, even attending appointments on my own is a concern because, as I've stated, there's been falsehoods relayed from previous and former appointments that I've attended in the past. So today, on the 20th of December, this is just my little upload about the lay of the land at this stage of the day. So hopefully I'll get to upload again later on, and I hope everyone understands how serious a situation this all is, and I hope the professionals would consider having a conscience about facilitating the wrongdoings that are occurring.